Not in the way you think.
All right.
We'll be back at 11 to explain the rest.
Or maybe not.
Rick, you don't have Rory's story cubes, do you?
No, I do not.
Ah,
Oh.
I've told you about them though, right?
Yes.
Colin, Harris, you know what they are? Rory's
I
story
have
cubes?
no idea.
They are these dice, but they just have random things on the faces.
Okay.
All the dice are unique, no image is repeated, and they are entirely open to interpretation. One day I want to play a game where those dice are the conflict resolution system.
Okay. That
So
would be
you're like, I'm going to try and do that thing, and I roll, and I get turtle. And then we just have to figure out what that means.
Well, we just know that it's a story upon the back. You know,
It is a turtle of enormous girth.
upon its back. It holds the earth.
All right, shall we play the game proper?
Yeah. I guess if we're recording, we should introduce ourselves. Who'd like to go? Who would like to share their personal designation?
Oh. Do I need to share all 9 of my philosophies as well, or just...
We can go through that, round robin when we get to those.
Okay.
So what is your personal designation, Colin?
Fat ass.
Okay.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
Sure.
Laying on the floor, overly full of carnitas. I had to take off my belt. And I unbuttoned my pants.
I like that this is a description of fat ass. Not of Colin right now, because this is what's happening in real life, but I am also imagining now this ant doing all the same things.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it.
Sure, we'll roll with that.
Ryan, do you have a personal designation?
Yeah, I'm Sean. That's all. Just Sean.
Okay. Sean?
Sean the Ant.
I'm scent of the coating of a blue sprinkle. It was determined by the group that I got this name after bringing back a blue sprinkle all on my own. Leaving and going on a pilgrimage and returning with it. And thus I was named. Harris, did you determine your bundle of numbers?
101001101.
Okay. So we all answered one or the other on 9 questions. So we have the colony serves the queen, or the queen loves the colony. So what did you have for that, Harris?
The queen loves the colony.
Okay. Colin?
I said the colony serves the queen.
Okay.
The colony serves the queen.
And I have the queen loves the colony.
So we're 2 and 2.
So number 2 was food comes from work, or work necessitates food.
Food comes from work.
Food comes from work.
Food comes from work.
Food comes from work.
Wow.
Okay. Number 3, ants are created by the queen, or ants are created from nothing.
Ants are created by the queen.
Ants are created by the queen.
Ants are created from nothing.
Ants are created from nothing.
Another 2 and 2. Okay.
Stored food or sated needs.
Stored food.
I said stored food is greater than sated needs.
So stored food.
Yes.
Stored food.
Sated needs. Many castes or one colony.
One colony.
One colony is greater than many castes. So
One
yes, one colony.
Many casts.
One colony. Life through the colony or death for the colony.
Life through the colony.
This one I struggled with, but I would say that life through the colony is
Okay.
greater than death for the colony.
Death for the colony.
Death for the colony. Soldiers or workers?
Workers.
Workers.
Soldiers.
workers. The colony is the ant, or the ant is in the colony.
The colony is the ant.
The ant is in the colony.
The colony is the ant.
The colony is the ant.
See,
And-
maybe that's just because I misinterpreted that.
That's
Posing.
okay. It doesn't. Let it color and change things as it does, man. Ants are good, or the queen is good.
Ants are good.
I said ants are good.
The queen is good, and then I started a little dissertation.
But the queen is good, of course. So, Harris, you
But
rolled.
the queen, whatever the queen is good. It's
Yeah.
not that it's just whatever she happens to be is good.
She is good and good, but primarily good because she is good, not good
Yeah.
because she is good. Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah. So Harris rolled a 1 and a 3. How do you tell if it is food? This is our question to discuss. How do you tell if it is food?
Can you consume it without harm?
Does it taste good?
Well, it might taste good.
Consume without harm, though. Like, if you eat too much of anything, it's harmful.
Yeah, I mean, if you eat too much carnitas, you get the meat sweats.
Yeah.
And there are some things that are very, very, very good to consume, but to collect or harvest them has inherent and natural harm.
Yeah, but along the same lines, some things that taste good are poisonous
Yeah.
and can kill you.
Yeah.
Some things that taste awful.
They then
Or
feed
good
you
food.
for the rest of your life. They are
But
the
maybe-
ultimate food.
Maybe food just is anything we eat. If you have eaten it, it is therefore food.
Yes. Your body used it and broke it and made it into something that it wasn't, and it can only do that with the food.
Or it didn't. Maybe it just passes.
Yes, but it still did
Well,
the
that-
whole through our body.
That would be like saying, yes, all mushrooms are edible. Some are just edible once.
That is
because
the-
they'll kill you.
Those are the words that I used just moments before.
So I would argue that the poisonous mushrooms that kill you are not necessarily food
Oh, they are
because they'll kill you.
But you eat them, and they give you and then they go through your body.
Yes, a square is a rectangle, but
Yes.
a rectangle is not a square.
Okay. But those
See,
are food.
I'm going through. It's food is a descriptive term. Did I eat it? Yes or no. If yes, therefore food.
Guys, this is going to be a great game.
We don't need prescriptive indications of what food is.
Then nothing is food ever until it's eaten.
Correct.
So there is no food. We do not have there is no food until your mouth is already doing the job.
Until I'm
At that
asked-
point-
I am willing to accept that as a consequence of my position.
Okay. So food does not exist until you are eating. We can agree to that. How do you tell it is food?
Is that
If-
just applied to the individual, or is that applied
No, there
across
is
the
no
colony?
food until you are eating. Food is only something that you are eating or have eaten. Something then only can be food if you are at that moment eating it. There is no food. Food is created by the act of eating.
Or perhaps it's if the queen eats it.
Mm.
But what if you have food stored? Like we have rooms that are larders, storing resources for later. Is that not food?
If food is only what the queen eats, then what do we call what we eat? Because we do not eat what the queen eats. The queen then would eat food and we would not. What?
Well, we probably just eat like food prime. Food asterisk.
Mm.
I'm thinking along the lines of food not, like a not meaning the beginning of, like, the beginning variable of an equation. And then
we're ants. We all know how
variable
mathematics
food.
work.
What?
I said we're ants. We understand engineering and higher mathematics. we build. We're architects. We got it. We understand.
Very complex mining.
Well, so then food is only created then by the queen, and thus what we do is not consume food at all.
No, we have something food-like.
So
It's not.
Well, no, because the workers go out and obtain the food for the colony. At the
Food does not exist until the queen is eating it. The workers go out and collect
resources.
something.
Well, they go out and collect
something in
resources.
hopes of it becoming food.
Mm-hmm. Things that are more easily to become food. Rather, things that are potentially more enjoyably food.
I didn't catch what Ryan said. So you're talking about.
But it
We
isn't food.
go out and collect things that we hope will become food.
But as we've already said, anything that we are eating is thus then food. So we could our jobs could be much simpler.
That's true. That is very true.
So we know it is food is if the queen is eating it or has eaten it.
I don't.
Fat ass.
Fat ass does not wholly agree with that statement.
Well.
Fat ass knows a thing or two about food,
Okay.
as he is a fat ass.
You know a thing or two about food prime, okay?
All right, I will accept that statement.
Okay. So we're good then?
I think so.
Fat ass, please roll these dice. Which one is the first one? Which one is the second?
First one's closer to me, second one's farther away.
Okay, well guess what? They're both the same number. Congratulations.
Nice.
So 44. Are casts fundamental to ants?
Are what fundamental?
Casts.
Are casts fundamental to ants?
Fundamental in what way?
Fundamental.
I think we should first describe what we mean by fundamental.
You tell me what your ant views as fundamental. Because that's what this game is about.
Are casts inherent or are they necessary? Because I would say that caste systems, yes, are inherent, and having different, like, quote-unquote crews or different factions, not necessarily cliques, but, like, different subsets of jobs to be done and assigned subsets of jobs to be done for each member of the colony, yes. Then yes, there are castes within the colony, but the good of the whole colony comes above the needs of any individual caste, such as we have the various worker castes, such as those who go out and forage for resources, those of the soldier corps that would engage our enemies and guard our working parties both within and abroad. And then we have the various castes that attend to our young and the castes that attend the queen. And those are all important in their own way in the jobs that they do. But are they fundamental?
I'm going to tell you how I know they're fundamental. I'm gonna tell you.
I don't believe that they're necessary for the good of the colony, but the needs of the colony come above the needs of any individual caste system, and no caste is better or worse than any other caste.
Whoa. No one is saying that any caste is any better or any worse than any other caste, but I'm going to tell you right now, I know why they are fundamental. Have you seen the size of our supermassives? Have you seen any of them up close? They're about 10, 15 times the size of any of us. Do you think any of us can do the kinds of jobs that they do? Do you? Can you lift the same weight that they can lift? Our royals, right? Our royals, they have wings. Have you ever had wings? Anyone you know of you that are your direct relatives that are in your little egg cluster? Any of them have wings? That is how I know. The castes are fundamental. We pop out differently.
There is one caste that is more important than all the others, then.
Sure.
The queen.
Whoa. The queen's not in a caste. The queen's the queen.
The queen is her own caste.
Nah, she's beyond castes. The caste is a ranking system for us, under which we exist within a matrix surrounding the queen. We don't have caste without the queen. We don't have caste without the queen. The queen can't be a caste.
The queen is still an ant, and all ants have a caste. If the queen does not have a caste, then the queen is not an ant, and that is definitely not the case.
The queen is... We have the caste relationshipal matrix only because of the queen, and you cannot have a caste which defines that which is confined around it. It needs to be something which is an inherent part of the whole, and that is true here.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It is a fundamental part of anthood, and so the queen necessarily is the most important caste. We only derive meaning from that system.
Yeah.
And you can't exist outside of this system.
We exist within the queen, and we exist within the system that's created for us because we have the queen. We can only exist within the matrix that's provided by the queen. The queen cannot be a caste.
Rick, I want to try that pineapple sage.
The queen can't be a part of the system that defines herself. That's not how it works.
Rick suddenly became JFK.
If you want. Outside of our caste, we can talk about our own sense of individuality and identity, but we all derive.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. And then we lost Ryan.
He derived himself out of existence.
Oh no!
Divide by 0.
Sean was working on that new ant math, and whoop! I told you, Colin. We're all ants. We understand high mathematics and engineering. He just divided himself out of existence. And that was the last sound we got. Was.
Oh, completely lost my train of thought now.
See? It seems like
Yeah.
I guess we're moving on. Ryan, will you roll 2d6, please? Pick one of them to be 1 and the other one to be 2.
2.
Our queens... There we go. This is great. This pivots us right into the discussion we were just having. Are queens different from other ants?
Yes.
Look at this. What a perfect pivot.
The queen is different from other ants, as she is above all the other ants. She is the creator and the controller of all the ants in the colony. The colony serves the queen without question. Because we put our trust in the queen to better the colony. However,
Well,
We
go
has,
on.
we has 2 letters and is a big, big word, huh?
However, the Queen may, every now and then, make a wrong decision, but we must follow her orders for the good of the colony nonetheless.
You heard what I heard! You heard what I heard!
The Queen doesn't make a wrong decision.
Oh no.
If the Queen makes a decision, it is necessarily correct.
Yep. Queen is good.
Exactly.
Queen can't be bad. Wrong decision is bad. Queen is good!
What if the Queen orders an attack that would render the colony defenseless to an enemy, and thus the colony is destroyed?
Well,
Then it would be good that the colony is destroyed.
Yep. It was supposed to be destroyed. Yep. If the colony is defenseless, we can't protect the Queen. We can't protect the Queen. We're pretty much useless, more or less, as a whole, huh?
But the
And we
Queen...
shouldn't. Yep. The Queen made the right decision.
But the Queen was therefore directly responsible.
Now, Queen wasn't fighting. Queen wasn't fighting on the battlefield. You can't say the Queen was responsible for that loss.
But
Queen wasn't fighting. Queen didn't lose.
the buck stops with the Queen.
Deer definitely run right over the Queen. They don't trample the Queen, but they run right over her.
I didn't mean literally deer.
Oh, well.
It's a figure of speech.
Okay. I don't have any
The
concept of
command
currency.
and the responsibility of command always goes to the top.
Sure.
You have made the assumption, though, that destruction of the colony is always bad.
Yeah.
What I argue is that if a decision the Queen makes leads to the end of the colony, then that was a good decision.
Yeah.
Because
any decision the Queen makes is always good, no matter what the decision.
Yeah. Can't be Queen can't make bad decisions.
So therefore, the contributions of any colonist beforehand, no matter how great, are irrelevant to the decisions of the Queen. Such as resourcing, such as finding a great resource boon, or developing a new combat tactic, or forging a new alliance with another colony or another species.
Nah, that's all Queen, right there. It's all good Queen decisions.
It's not that we can't make good decisions.
Yep.
If our decisions line up with what the Queen would decide, then we have made a good decision.
Mm-hmm.
But what if an individual makes a decision that doesn't align with that of the Queen, but the outcome betters the colony?
Well, yeah.
Oh, hold on. You're using another value statement in there.
Yep.
Better the colony.
Better is big.
Such as...
All I'm saying... So you are deriving a sense of good from something else. And I want to know what that something else is. How did you get that good?
I will pose an example.
How did it get that good?
So let's say...
You don't have to stand that way while you pose. You don't have to pose and pose.
I'm trying to think of like who would ally with an ant. Never mind, I'm just gonna use generalizations. Let's say that the Queen orders us to attack an enemy, but our diplomat decides he should try one last attempt at peace and cooperation, and he is successful. Now, therefore, he has defied a direct order of the Queen, but we have gained an ally in someone that by which the colony can grow and prosper.
Alright, sure. He did a good choice, but the Queen also made a good choice. That's...
Oh, no, I disagree. I disagree with you, Blue Sprinkle.
Hey, scent to the coating of a blue sprinkle.
Nickname is Blue.
No, it's not.
I
My
disagree.
nickname is sent to the coating of a blue sprinkle. The full name is the one who went off traveling and after several days returned with the glorious bounty that never had been seen before and carried with that bounty the scent of the coating of a blue sprinkle. So, yeah, scent of the coating of a blue sprinkle is the nickname.
I love that your voice is suddenly Joe.
Just kind of rolls around.
Joe Swanson.
It just kind of gets everywhere.
Hey, Peter.
I'm just letting it go.
So, Ryan, what were you going to say?
I'm going to say, that diplomat did not make a good decision. Because it was not the decision that the Queen would have made. And in fact, the decision that the Queen did not make. So even if it meant the prolonged life of the colony, that wasn't a good decision.
Well, I think lots of decisions are good decisions that aren't necessarily ones made by the Queen. Because the Queen doesn't make every decision you make.
A decision that the Queen would have made.
Okay. But I also think that it's a dangerous sentence to say. I also just think in general it's a dangerous sentence to say that it's a bad decision because it's not a decision the Queen would have made. I just wanted to get to that. That's all.
Sorry, let me amend the statement. A decision that the Queen made or would have made in the same situation.
Sure. But, providing that the worker ants had specific set of stimuli which led them up to the conclusion that making that decision would have been a good thing, and if the Queen had been in that situation, she would have had that same big bundle of stimuli that would have led her to that situation. The Queen might have made that decision in that situation. Which is why I made the stance on mine. So that's why I wanted to get to my statement earlier. That there can be good decisions that the Queen wouldn't make, because the Queen wouldn't make decisions like those. Anyway.
I'm just concerned with fat ass over here.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Because fat ass, you said.
Yeah.
You've made an assumption about what is good and what is bad.
Mm.
And I want to know, how do you ground that sense of good?
Yep. Where does that good come from and how does it get that good?
I think that good would be whatever can help the colony to grow and make the lives of every ant in the colony easier. Whether it makes the production of the worker caste more efficient, whether it makes our soldiers stronger, or whether it makes the needs of the royal caste more attentive to the Queen. So it wouldn't really matter by which we make the colony better, for lack of a better term, just better. Things are easier. We can run more efficiently. That any decision that leads to that is a good decision. But someone somewhere, if they make the life of the colony less easy, if they make it more difficult and less efficient, then I would argue that is a bad decision.
But we run into the same conundrum of that means the Queen can make a bad decision. That clearly can't be the case.
Nah, Queen can't make bad decisions. Just not how it works.
So then you're saying that the Queen is a divine, perfect being?
Whoa, I don't know about divine, but the Queen doesn't make bad decisions. They only make good decisions.
I don't have to like the decisions. The decisions can bring me quite a bit of pain.
Yeah, still good.
But whatever she says just is good.
Yep.
Which is why I say that she has to be a part of the caste system.
She can't be a part of the thing that defines her. You can't use a word in the definition of that word.
Harris, do you have anything to contribute to this?
I'm falling asleep over here.
You do have the autism blank sheet. blanket right now.
I'm sorry that you are so bored by our words, Harris. I know they're pretty dry and bland. Do we want to...
I'm just going to let this blanket kind of lay off the couch onto my
move on to the next prompt here. There's no real sense, anything, it's just...
Like, do we have to reach a consensus on these, or can we just, like, move along when we feel that
we're just arguing about ant life.
Yeah, we can move along whenever. It doesn't...
Okay, so it doesn't really, like, we can just go on when we're like...
Do you reach consensus in intense philosophical debates most of the time? Most of the time we've just had an interruption that's happened that's moved us on to the next part, because we just...
Honestly, but yeah, this discussion is very, very similar to so many discussions I've had in so many classes and with other just like-minded people, except we're typically a little bit less.
Right. I mean, I feel like we could have kept going in circles there for ad nauseum. So.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's a good fun one. Now, we all know ants are in the colony, you know?
Yeah.
Is an ant a colony when alone? Here's a thinker for you.
Is an ant
a colony when alone?
No.
Okay, why? What do you think about that bundle of ones and zeros?
Bundle. That's my nickname, Bundle.
Bundle?
Sorry, Colin.
Bundle me up your butt.
I'm losing control of this because my fingers don't have the grip strength necessary to hold it.
I'm just slowly getting squished down here.
Good.
By the tism blanket.
Oof.
It's just drowning out my noggin.
I can't lift it up. Fuck. My arms and fingers don't work so well after yesterday.
What a fun sentence out of context.
So,
is an ant a colony when alone?
Yeah, is an ant a colony when alone?
No, he's still part of the original colony.
Well,
he's out on the west.
A colony has a queen and workers.
Okay. Okay.
That's my starting point. I'll develop more.
Colony has a queen and workers. Okay. Colin. Sorry, badass.
It would depend.
Get your drink. Get your drink.
No, it would depend on which ant is alone. Is it one of the royals off to found a new colony? Or is it a new queen? Or is it a worker? Or a soldier?
Well, Sean.
Here's what I think.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what you think about this, Sean.
So, think about your pilgrimage.
Hmm?
The journey you went on for your namesake.
Yep.
See, that's what I was alluding to.
When you were out there,
Uh-huh.
you were physically distant,
Mm-hmm.
but you could still count the number of steps to get home.
Sure. Yeah.
The colony is not physical proximity. The colony is a state of mind. And in that sense, no ant is ever alone.
Whoa. Mm.
I would agree with that.
So we are all entirely the colony. We are all perfect instances of the colony.
I
Think of it as something that is just everywhere all the time.
Well, I must say, you know, when I was out on that pilgrimage, I was very far. I did know exactly how many steps. I knew exactly which way to walk to get back. That's true. But I think a colony has much more to do with, you know, relative relationship ties, right? And how one relates to those surrounding them as relative to how they meaning the individuals to whom they relate and the individual thus relating to all those with which they relate. You know, a relationshipal matrix, thus, necessitating things like caste and things like that, because those all only exist within that relationshipal matrix, which we all have derived from the queen, and thus, when we are not in any way able to participate in that relationshipal matrix, I don't know.
Scent of blue sprinkle.
Yeah.
I know you're excited, but you need to slow
No.
down a little bit.
No.
Well, I'm going to miss the things that you say.
I'm sorry. Everybody.
As I am a fat ass.
Sure.
And I operate slowly than most ants.
You could stop sucking on that honeysuckle, and that might reduce some ambient noise in your head. But
I don't tell you how to live.
I am giving a suggestion to solve your problem. You have told me how to live. You told me to slow down my talking. So, I do not know what to tell you. You can only have an exchange and interaction like this within the colony. And an ant, when they are alone, they are separate from that relationshipal matrix in which we all participate, given to us by the queen, which is why I don't think the queen can be a part of a caste, because... Anyway. If you're not able to participate in that, then, well, you're not in the colony.
What about when I'm asleep?
Sure. When you're asleep?
I can't participate in any of those things. Am I not in the colony when I sleep?
No.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Of course I'm still in the colony.
Your body, your body, your frame is. Sure. Yeah. You? Nah.
Oh, wait. Are you trying to suggest that I'm separate from my body?
Yeah.
How?
No.
Okay. Yeah?
I want to know how.
Okay.
How would the ant be
happens,
separate from his body?
Hey, what happens when you go to sleep? You go to sleep, you close your eyes, right? Right?
Yeah.
What happens in the interim when you close your eyes?
I enter a rest state.
Okay. Yeah? What else?
Well, I'm still within the confines of my bunk area.
Your body is sure.
Yes.
Sure. You ever go back and while you're sleeping, just revisit some of those sights and scents and smells from places you were at and you found that good food while you're sleeping? You ever had that?
Well,
you ever had that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I have dreams.
Okay. So, but when you have that dream,
I have REM.
Sure, your body, it's not getting those good feelings. Your brain's getting those good feelings, right? You go and you eat that.
Is part of the body.
The brain is part of the body, and it's still causing electrochemical action across not just the brain, but the entire body.
Okay, yeah. But
like watching.
You're not having those feelings. You're in those feelings. You're not lying in your room. You're not lying in your bunk, doing nothing, dreaming, getting blankets dropped on your face when you're having those thoughts and dreams. No, you're not getting blankets dropped on you. You're eating up that good sugar in the outside world, right? Your body's here, but your brain's not here. Your body's not doing anything. You're not doing anything you're doing in that dream.
I would.
So when you're asleep, you're not in the colony. When you're asleep, you're not in the colony. No.
Because
yeah.
No, if you've studied other ants that are sleeping,
nah. Why would I do
they
that?
might twitch in their sleep.
So what?
That's still an electrochemical response.
I didn't say it wasn't.
To dreaming.
I didn't say it wasn't. I said when you're dreaming, you're not here.
I come down on this that you're clearly still in the colony if you're asleep, because if you're asleep and a predator comes in and attacks you, the other ants aren't going to just let it eat you. They're going to fend off the predator.
Okay.
Because of the relationship that they have with you.
Okay, great. So through that relationship, your body is still in the colony, but you're not in the colony. You're protected by the colony because you got the shell that's there, but you're not in the colony.
Even if the mind and the body are separate entities, they are part of the same whole.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So that doesn't make them.
I've said from the start that your shell is in the colony. I've conceded that from the beginning.
What I'm saying is that There is no fine distinction between the mind and the body.
Nah.
I just am my body, and my mind is a part of that system.
Sure.
I am a new person every time that all my cells renew.
Okay. Great.
So, I don't know what cycle I'm on yet, because it's not me. It's just me kicking around for a little while.
I'm going to say
There are
probably
constantly-
19th.
There are just constantly new me's showing up all the time, which is fine. I and me in the first person pronoun is just a useful fiction.
Oh, so like Ship of Theseus.
Whoa, that guy that made the little floater out of the pistachio shell? Theseus?
Yes.
Yeah. That was a good boat. It was a good
But when
boat.
part of his boat began to break down, he used other materials to continually rebuild the boat. So
Yeah, he
at what
kept
point,
sailing.
what point do you just decide that the boat is still the same boat?
You know, when he had to build, when you know,
It's always a different.
when I knew it was a different boat was when that water strider came in and tipped it over and it sank and he had to build a brand new one. That was a new boat.
Well, yeah.
That was a new boat. That's for sure. Yeah. He's on about his 5th one. He hasn't figured out anything about those water striders yet. He'll get there.
All I say is take out one part, brand new ship.
Okay? Well,
Put in another part, brand new ship.
the water striders are really
So I'm
good at taking
reversing
out
my
that one
earlier
part.
position, and I'm now saying the colony is also a useful fiction
Okay.
because no person persists long enough to really make a colony.
See, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I knew it. I just had to let you talk long enough to convince yourself that I'm right. That's all. Look at that. Okay. Well, bundle. You want to discuss some more?
Wait, has everybody rolled?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you had.
Yeah, I just did the last one. That was me.
4, 5. First
4
one,
and 5.
excuse me, 4 and 3. First one is 4.
Okay.
Second one is 3.
Does the colony have a duty to each other, or the queen?
It's definitely the queen because we don't persist more than a few seconds,
Yep.
as I've clearly established.
I mean,
How do we persist? How do we only persist for less than a few seconds?
well, anytime any new part of you gets switched up and swapped out, you got a new one.
But I still have memories and sensations of me that are longer than a few seconds.
So,
That's like
So that would be like saying that those memories and sensations that I am experiencing are not of myself,
hey,
even though they're known only to me.
You ever have a 3-ring binder, right? You got to keep your ant paperwork in there, right? All right.
Yeah.
You can put some of that lined paper in there, right?
Yeah,
You ever have one of those? You already have paper in there, stuff you've written on, drawn on, and such. Yeah.
yeah,
You ever add some new stuff?
correct.
You ever take some stuff out?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
still
great.
mine.
Different binder every time.
Different
No.
binder
Yeah.
contents. not-
Different.
Different
we
binder
got
con-
binders. We got binders full. Binders full.
Binders
Different
full of
every time.
ants.
Binders full of ants. Different every time.
Aunt Romney!
He's got binders, and every time he makes change, they're different binders. He really only had, starting out, that one binder, but he changes it so often it becomes binders, because he's always making changes. But yeah, it's like that. It's like that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if you can continually add to a binder.
Yeah, and it becomes new with every edition. Yeah.
It's still that binder though.
Yeah,
Would it
that
be-
binder made anew
Like,
every
say
edition.
you call it binder A,
Mm.
and you're continuously adding to it, or you might take some things away from binder A, but it will be and forever will be binder A.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing though that because words are reflexive in the ways that we use them, and they denote only the things that we use them to mean. Because we're still calling binder A every time it is a new binder. Binder A doesn't ever stop being the wrong term, but binder A only ever means the term that defines binder A in its current form and status, that new brand form, every time that it gets a change made to it, it becomes a new subset of itself because it's new. So yeah, binder A, that name might persist, but it's only that sound that persists, because the meaning changes every time that it changes. So,
I can't wait to send this to my friends that ask me, "Hey Colin, what do you do on Saturday nights?"
We argue about binders full of ants.
I'm just now tempted to go and read Naming a Necessity.
Bali Bali?
What?
Fat ass, give us a roll, please.
Oh, we're done already?
No, everyone's gone once. We can keep going. There's no prescribed ending for this.
I got 65.
Go to 10.
Sure, yeah. 10 something. What is true happiness?
I gotta think on that one. Shit.
Happiness is low production errors, good pathfinding, and eggs hatching.
You know, that's a good point. I would say maximum efficiency of the colony, where there is the least amount of strife, the most amount of production, and thus the most amount of free resources for all ants. Or not free resources, but like available resources for all ants, then yes, that would be true happiness, where all the needs of all the ants in the colony are met. Cool. Not just met, like all the needs and all the wants of every ant in the colony can be exceeded.
So you might want to change the word from available to accessible.
Yes, all resources are accessible to all ants, then that is true happiness. Like the maximum perfect efficiency of the colony.
Ha!
Because on a hierarchical tree of needs, every single one of them is exceedingly met. You wouldn't even need greed anymore. It's just available.
Do ants experience greed? Are we greedy creatures? Do we have
we
that
are
capacity?
short, stocky things that live underground. I suspect it's just hard code.
So, the journey I took that brought back both the treasure and my name, that wasn't efficient. Brought a lot of happiness, joy, and wonder, and it was far from efficient.
The end result, though.
How were you defining efficiency? Because it's going to be impossible in any...
No, I agree that the action... So, no, well, it's not... I'm not sure that that's something true happiness can ever be achieved. It's an idealization. So that perfect efficiency, yes, that would be great if we could achieve that. But it's like if you went outside on a break and you were sunning yourself. And there's a certain amount of energy to be gained by sunning yourself in a designated rest area. But you don't convert 100% of the energy from the sun into free energy for yourself. Just the same as you don't convert 100% of the food that you eat into energy.
Whoa. We don't eat food. We don't.
He clearly meant food prime.
We
food
don't.
Was just a useful shortcut.
We just need to make clear we don't eat food.
He adequately communicated the right idea.
No.
Thank you, Sean.
I think that in this, we've made it very important to discern the difference between food and not food. And I think that it's important to make sure that we're sticking and standing by
then
that.
I will amend my statement by saying...
Please, thank you. We all know how much of a
Eating
stickler I am for...
100% of the consumed resources of an ant. Is that congruent? Does that work better?
Sounds better.
Okay.
It doesn't say food.
So 100% of the consumed resources by an ant are not transformed 100% efficiently into energy. Some of it is wasted in the form of byproduct. And that's why we have bathrooms.
Well, you can say goodbye to the product, yeah. You wave and say goodbye.
So on the same means, then it would be an idealization. It would be great if we could have perfect 100% efficiency where all the needs of every ant are exceedingly met.
Yeah. I understand.
That would be true happiness.
I understand that. I got that. I got the premise, right?
Yeah.
But there are things that lie outside of the realm of just providing to that ultimate perfect efficiency that also generate and produce happiness. And if those things also exist and produce a genuine happiness, then I think that them not being a part and inclusion of that true happiness means that that description that you have laid down can't be true happiness if other things genuinely contribute to happiness, and those things are then left out of that description of true happiness. It seems narrow to me than the description of true happiness that you've given. I think that there is more to life than just efficiency.
Okay.
There's more to life than
No,
just
you do have a good
that.
point. Where other things can make you happy, yes.
Yeah?
They can make you feel accomplished or make you proud.
Uh-huh.
But I wouldn't say that they are the perfect form of happiness.
Sure.
They're not the true
Yeah.
happiness.
And
They are a happiness, but
Okay.
they're not the perfect happiness.
yeah, exactly. And we're talking about true happiness here. And the description that you give true happiness includes no other happinesses, and I think that for true happiness to be a full description, it's got to include other paths to
I mean,
happinesses.
I'm willing to admit that true happiness would feel shallow in that it would feel shallow in that it would feel given, I guess.
So, in this case,
Like it would be too easy.
a happiness which meets all of your happiness needs but is given to you without any amount of,
Without any
Yeah.
amount of effort or...
reduces the challenge. So this is a happiness that is the strongest and most powerful, but it's less powerfully felt than
Yes.
another happiness. So then, which one is the true happiness? The one that you can fully feel and recognize as a happiness, or one that's contentment? Because contentment sounds like the first one you've described. It doesn't sound like happiness.
I would say that there's a difference between feeling happy and feeling content.
And I think that...
Maybe happiness is just different for every individual.
Mm.
That was a joke. Happiness is just serving the queen.
That would be so many happinesses given how many of us are made at every moment, and unmade. Happiness is created and died, second after second. Well, split even further down to time, because time can be split even more than seconds. It's a lot of happinesses coming and going.
Some wild ant math.
Yeah. Ryan, you want to roll some dice for us?
4 and 1.
4 and 1. Can a soldier become a worker?
Biologically, yes. But does that ant have the essence of a soldier or a worker?
I would say that literally, yes. Like for our soldiers that have been maimed and have recovered but are no longer fit to fight in the soldier corps, they are moved to the worker corps, the worker caste, where their efforts are still useful to the colony.
Oh.
So yes.
Yes, that is what happens to those ants. Yes, everyone, we agree that is what happens to those ants, yes? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, that is what happens. Those ants that are soldiers that get wounded, yes, they go to become with the workers. That is correct. Yes.
Are you suggesting that we would butcher them otherwise?
I am not suggesting that we would butcher them otherwise. I am suggesting and stating. I am not suggesting. I am stating that yes, the soldiers that get wounded do go become workers. Yes. Yes.
Like no man gets left behind.
That is why the soldiers who get wounded and maimed in battle go become workers.
That's okay, because there's a new you every second, so the
Yes.
you you're thinking of when they get wounded doesn't exist anymore because
Yes.
they got wounded and it's changed their structure, so they don't ever get left behind.
Exactly. And as long as they, are...
So what you're saying is, I'm not the same ant that shit his pants at the quarry face got last week?
You're not the same ant who shit his pants at the quarry face yesterday, my friend.
Well, that's good.
I'm tired of perpetuating this lie. Soldiers can't become workers. They can't.
Why not?
Have you not seen the phenomenological and morphological differences between our soldiers? We talked about them earlier. A supermassive is wildly different from you. They're kitted out for different tasks and different jobs within their caste, within the colony.
Correct.
You're given the tools, and if those tools don't work anymore, well, you've lost a fundamental aspect of your relationship with the rest of the ants around you, and thus the queen, and thus the colony, and, well, you go become a worker with the other workers. You don't.
So you're saying that...
I'm saying that you've been fed a fairy tale. Soldiers that come back wounded don't go back to work.
I don't think we would butcher them.
I didn't say we butcher them. I said they don't go back to work.
So where do they go?
Not back to work.
They're left to die?
They don't go back to work. I don't know. I'm not the one who deals with them.
Not your department.
Yeah. Not my aphids, not my leaf. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that was a fucking ant agriculture joke.
I wanna... So this is gonna be kind of metagamey. Are we all like workers, or are we all like drones just sitting in
We are
lounges?
We're philosophers.
Like,
We're philosopher.
Yeah, we're philosophers.
so we would all be like the fucking bourgeois ants.
Not necessarily. We're philosophers.
We're philosophers? Okay.
Diogenes was not a bourgeois ant.
Diogenes was a hater. Diogenes was the hater pride.
So, this is kind of metagaming, but like, I was gonna refute Rick. Sorry. Scent of a blue sprinkle.
Scent of the coating of a blue sprinkle.
Scent of the coating of a blue sprinkle, and refute him in saying, but I have firsthand seen with my own eyes and smelt with my own antennae soldiers among the worker class Because they were no longer fit for frontline duty in the soldier class. And thus were moved to the worker class.
And they're not soldiers anymore. Soldiers can't become workers. Soldiers can only stop being soldiers.
It's a transformative...
No. Soldiers, once they're workers, they're not soldiers. Soldiers can't become anything. They can just stop being something.
Okay.
It's a brand new them every moment anyway.
I still disagree with that.
You can disagree with the truth and it doesn't make it any less real.
No, that might not be my truth.
Yeah.
And I highly doubt that is the truth.
That's fine. I highly doubt that your truth is the truth too.
I'm going to find a way to disprove your truth.
I don't think that you will.
I might. Watch me, bitch.
I might. That's a great line. Well, maybe.
I can't do it right now.
What?
As I'm too full of resources. I wasn't going to say food.
Good. Because you're not. It's my turn to roll, isn't it?
Alright, next subject. Did we skip Ryan? Oh, the previous was Ryan, wasn't it?
No. Yeah.
Is hunger real?
Yes.
Well, hunger prime for us. Sated with food prime.
Yes, if we require resources, if we require sustenance, then biochemically within our body, our nervous system gives off a signal saying, feed me. And that is a hunger response to saying my body needs more energy and I am running low on reserves. So you need to put more reserves of resources into me. And that is a hunger response.
Nah. So, you're saying hunger is real because something in your brain makes you feel hungry, right? Because there's something in your body, you're not getting enough food in your stomach.
Are you saying that it's psychosomatic?
I'm saying hunger is not real. That's for sure.
Well then...
No, hunger's not real.
Oh,
you can have a full stomach, right?
Yeah.
You have a full stomach. You can go to sleep. You can have those exact same stimuli coming right off your brain, telling you that you're feeling hungry, but your stomach is full of resource. You're not wanting at all for hunger, and your brain can be telling your body you're feeling hungry. Now, you're feeling hungry, but you're not actually hungry. Hunger is not real. Hunger is just something that you feel and you get tricked into thinking, but you can shut that off. Hunger's not...
Yes, but if you shut off that hunger response for too long, then you starve to death.
No.
Because you didn't put resources into your body when it desperately needed
I didn't say don't consume resources. I said don't feel the need to consume resources.
Well, whether or not you feel the need doesn't mean that the feeling itself isn't true. If you just have the experience, that's enough to make it... We have this term that references a specific experience. Whatever that experience might be, whatever biological or metaphysical thing is going on, we have a word that references something.
Wait, what does the word hunger mean? What does the word hunger mean to y'all?
When I want to find food prime and consume it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I have expended resources. I am starting to run low on my internal reserve resources within my body, and I'm going to need energy at some point. So my stomach signals my brain to cause an electrochemical response to say, I hunger. Begin the lookout for food prime, for resources to put into body so that I may acquire more energy to do my work. And so the longer you ignore those signals within your body, the more hungry you will become.
Okay. Sure.
And if you are deprived of that hunger long enough and you run out of energy, then you will die.
Yeah. Okay. Hunger's still not real, though.
What do you mean by real?
Yeah, it's just not real. It's not something that exists, right?
Then why don't you go ahead and ignore your hunger response?
I don't have a hunger response. Hunger doesn't exist. Hunger's not
See
real.
how long you can go by ignoring it.
No, hunger it's not real. I
So
eat.
then you don't require
Hunger
resources?
and-
I didn't say that I
Hunger and
don't eat
starvation
resources.
are only-
Hunger's not real. That's all. You're making an awful big jump here. Just because I'm saying hunger isn't real, that doesn't mean I'm saying I don't consume resources. I just hunger's not real. That's all.
Hang on.
Anyway, what were you saying?
We
over
cut
here,
off Sean. We want to hear what
I
he
know. That's
says.
what I was going to ask Sean.
We don't have to connect hunger and starvation in this way.
Exactly.
Because you could, for example, I was looking for some resources on a plant I had never seen before. And I took a little nibble, and I felt pretty good. And later on, I had this strong desire to consume resources. Rationally, I could recognize that there was no need for me to consume resources in terms of energy consumption. It was just a result of this green, interesting plant that I took a nibble of.
Smelled like that one black and white, like big rodent thing.
That's the one.
Yep. Okay.
I love this train of thought.
It's good. Sure.
I
So,
love this bit.
I am still a hunger realist.
Hmm.
But we can't necessarily connect hunger with the need to consume resources. Because certainly, you could also not have the hunger response, but you would still need to consume resources to remain alive.
Yep. You ever seen somebody eat so much you got a full stomach of goose, right? You got a full stomach of that good goose goo, and they die. Their stomach's full. They starve. Full stomach.
What are you alluding to?
There's duck and rabbit and goose starvation, wherein if you eat those solely, your body's not able to actually process enough of the nutrients from it, and so you're not actually able to
Because they're so lean?
obtain enough sustenance, and you die. Well, rabbit because it's so lean, and goose because of how insanely rich it is. There was someone who would try to donate geese regularly to Detroit homeless shelters, and unfortunately be turned away because of how insanely rich the meat would have been. It would have caused people to get sick and potentially die without lack of medical
It's so
care.
fatty that it doesn't provide nutritional value.
Well, it does, but it's just too rich, and it wouldn't have been processed well by the bodies, and it would have made people sick. That's what I'm referencing.
I didn't know that.
Yep. But anyway, you can think hunger's real. I'm going to continue thinking it's not, but I'm glad that we can agree that hunger and starvation different, separate, walled off.
Though they might often occur in similar situations.
Yeah. Bundle. You feel like participating anymore? Or?
No, I think I'm done for the evening.
Honestly, I'm running out of steam too.
Yeah, this has been
I'm
a
not
lot of fun.
I'm not physically engaged, but like brain is engaged.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. This is a good game. I'm gonna keep this one around.
It was goofy.
Hey, we should keep this on the back burner to do again sometime. I like this game.
Yeah. It was very good and fun.
I like it because
I'm not sure
it
that my
makes it fun to take on positions that I don't genuinely agree with.
Goodness, yes.
Argue them in ways that I may or may not in real life.
Yep. It's a lot of fun. Whew. It felt really good just letting thoughts just spew out like that for a while. I some of the times there I was just figuring out what I was saying as it was coming out. I'm like, well, Let me just, if I fall forward, I'll either make a real good big crash, or I'll start gliding. We'll find out which one happens which. Either way, it'll be fun. Fuck. That was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, good game, Ryan.